Spotlight. I'm Kathy Lawson, Chief Knowledge Officer of the Great Discovery, and it's always my pleasure to facilitate this session because I don't know if I'm like you guys, I love to learn, and nothing better than to hear about courses from our amazing course creators. And Amy has been here before. She was here a few months ago, and I loved what she had to say then, and I was so excited to see her name come up for tonight. It was like, yes, we get to hear from her again. So let me do an introduction for those of you that didn't meet her last time. Amy is President and Chief Career Coach of Geffen Careers. She brings to her practice over 30 years of experience in such industries as finance, engineering, higher education, risk management, health, nonprofit organizations, and associations. She has presented webinars for several colleges and nonprofits, including Brooklyn College, Borough of Manhattan Community College, the Project Management Institute, and Women's Center of Essex County. She has a bachelor's degree from Brooklyn College, an MA from Harvard University, and a PhD from New York University. So tonight, Amy's going to talk about her course called LinkedIn to Get Noticed. So Amy, I'll turn it over to you, and thank you for being here.
Thank you, Kathy, and thanks for this opportunity. So what I'm going to do tonight is just kind of give you an overview of what's in the course. LinkedIn to Get Noticed is one of 5 courses I have that take you through a job search for people who want to do it themselves, and they may not need all the help from a career coach. They can take these 5 courses. One is on assessment, one is on the resume, this one is on LinkedIn, there's one course on interviewing, and there's one course on salary negotiation. We also talk about finding the hidden job market. So tonight, I'm going to briefly go through leveraging LinkedIn for results. So, all right. What is LinkedIn? What are we going to go over? What's LinkedIn? Why do you need to optimize it? What are the parts of your profile? How do you highlight your accomplishments, recommendations? How do you network, which is good for people in business as well as people looking for a job? And how do you get noticed? Things you can do on LinkedIn to get your name out there. So what is it? Basically, it's a professional networking platform. And it's very important for you to have a LinkedIn profile, whether you're job searching or you have your own business or you're working in a business, because you want to be visible. If you don't have a LinkedIn profile, you don't exist in today's world. You must have a LinkedIn profile. So there are some similarities with your resume. It is an advertisement. It's a summary of your background. It highlights your skills and accomplishments. But there are a number of things that make it different from a resume. First of all, there's a photo. Now, years ago, people used to put photographs, and in Europe, they do put photographs on their resumes, but we don't do that here. There is a headline, and the headline can include 220 characters with keywords and skills. You have an about section, which has more detailed information, 2,600 characters. That's one page, single space typing. And it has 4 to 5 or more recommendations. We suggest 4 to 5, but you could have 10 or 20. And they could be from former people you work with, or clients, or vendors, people who can say good things about you and your product or service. Why does it matter? 1 billion people or more are using LinkedIn, okay? 55 million companies are on LinkedIn. It's great to network, it's great for job prospects, and it's great for building your personal brand or your company brand. 61 million people are using LinkedIn to search for jobs every week. So these are the parts of LinkedIn that you want to optimize. The profile picture, your photo, it should be professional. Don't just take a selfie and throw it up there. You've got to look your best, and you've got to have someone who knows how to take portrait photography. The headline, it should be compelling. It should be keyword rich, 220 characters. The about section. Now, here's where you can use the word I. You know, in your resume, you can't use I. It has to be third person, but you can use I in the first person and tell your story in the about section. Experience, your past jobs, history, use bulleted accomplishments. Writing a summary. And as I mentioned, recommendations. It's extremely important to have recommendations. As a career coach, I have about 15 or 20 recommendations from former clients, people I've either done career coaching with or people for whom I have made presentations. The headline, very important. People are drawn to the headlines right under your name. Not everybody will read the whole thing. People don't read a lot anymore, if you haven't noticed. They don't have the attention span. So you need to get right up front with your keywords that show job titles, project manager, CFO, your key skills, organizing, financial planning, strategic planning, marketing. So you need to showcase your skills. And 97% of recruiters and hiring managers are using LinkedIn to find people. So you could be found on LinkedIn. The About section, as I mentioned, is 2,600 characters. That's one page of single space typing. We don't know the exact parameters that LinkedIn uses for an algorithm, but we know that about 25% of the search is tied to this summary and About section. So you need to be detailed. You need to enter skills. You need to talk about accomplishments. You need to say what you're passionate about, and then have 2 or 3 stories in detail and list your skills again. So you're listing your skills in 2 places on your profile, under your heading and in the About section. Endorsements. Now, endorsements are for the 50 skills, and you can get endorsements, but endorsements aren't all that important because honestly, anybody who comes across you can make an endorsement for you. It's not as reliable as the recommendations. They're not as important as recommendations. They are the most important. Look for former supervisors, former managers, former colleagues, teammates, vendors, clients, people you worked with, whether it's in your own company or in another company or in another team in your company. First, you need to call them or email and ask for the recommendation. Why do you need it? Remind them where you worked together. What did you do together? Then you have to go into that person's LinkedIn profile. And under the More, there is a drop-down menu where you ask for request or recommendation. So if someone you worked with a long time ago doesn't have a LinkedIn profile, there's no way you're going to get a recommendation from that person on LinkedIn. The people who give recommendations must also have their own LinkedIn profiles. So you want to let recruiters know you're open. 80% of the jobs are filled even before the advertisement comes out. So people can find you if you have a LinkedIn profile. They're going to search. They do Boolean searches on keywords. So you want to pack your profile with keywords in your heading. Now, you can also say open to work. Now, there are 2 theories about that. Some say open to work and you put it on your photograph, which is great. But some companies are biased against people who are not working. So if you say you're open to work, great, that means you're not working. So you have to be careful about that. Some people try it, it works, they get recruiters to come to them, that's great. Other people don't put open to work and they still get recruiters and hiring managers coming to them because of their keywords and their skill set. Experience section, you list your jobs. Now, again, 10 to 15 years, no more than 15 years of experience. Unless you're in a field that really appreciates someone with 20 or 25 years of experience, you don't want to have so many years of experience in your LinkedIn profile, nor do you want it on your resume. That's another whole thing. Skills and endorsements, make sure they're relevant and make sure they're from people who know you well. Now, how can you get noticed? You can share updates. If you find some content that you've read or someone sends something to you, you can share it. You can share it with other people who you are connected to. You can write articles or you can write a blog. You can comment on other people's posts. The easiest thing to do is when someone posts something, you read it and you make a comment. It could be a sentence, a few words, a phrase. You don't have to write your whole biography. You just comment on somebody and that will get your name out there. So if you're constantly looking at what other people are saying and writing on LinkedIn and you comment, that will bring up your visibility. Networking. Okay, how are you going to connect with other people? You can connect with people who are alumni from your school, college, university, or wherever you took any courses. You go to the profile for that school or university, and you can search by alumni, by year, by city, by company, and you can find people and connect to them and say, oh, I'd like to connect to you. We're both alums from XYZ school. You can join groups. LinkedIn has special groups that no other place has. And so if you find a group that meets your needs, that shares your interests, join a group on LinkedIn. Now, you want at least 500 connections. You should be connecting to 5 to 10 new people every week. That sounds like a lot. Well, it is. You got to spend some time asking to connect. LinkedIn recently released some results of a study, and they shared that one single connection can make a huge difference. So you need to have at least one connection at a company where you would like to work, because it's 6 times more likely that you would get the job there. If you have a formal referral from someone you know, that makes you 9 times as likely to get a job. Why? Because companies like to hire people who have been recommended by their current employees. They trust the employees, and the employees know what it's like to work in that company, and they know what kind of people the company's looking for. So the more people you connect to and get to know, the better your chances are of getting a job in the company where they work. Again, how to build your network. Think about who you already know. And it doesn't matter if that person isn't even in your industry or in your job title. Everyone that you know and that you will meet has his or her own network of 100 to 200 people. And some of those people may be in your industry, may be potential vendors, potential clients, or a potential manager. Review your second and third degree connections on LinkedIn. Maybe you're connected to Joe Schmo, and Joe Schmo has some other connections. So look at Joe's profile on LinkedIn, see who he is connected to, and ask Joe to connect you to that person. Who's in your network? Family, friends, alumni, former colleagues, former managers, former vendor, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Don't be embarrassed by asking for a connection. Reach out to your first degree contacts and you'll get an introduction. That's your second degree contact. Talk to that person by Skype, by FaceTime, Zoom, or a phone call. Try to meet with them. And then you ask the second degree connection for an introduction. That becomes your third degree contact. Connecting to alumni. I mentioned this. You click on the alumni on that page for your school or college or university. You see where they work. You send a message, you ask to connect, say, oh, we're both alumni from XYZ. I'd love to connect. Do you have 10 minutes of your time to chat? And then you get on a phone call. People will spend more than 10 minutes with you. So reach out to industry leaders, connect with alumni, and follow up. Once you connect with someone once, that's not enough. Networking is like farming, not fishing. You need to cultivate relationships over a period of time so you get to know them and they get to know you. And so you should follow up at least once a month, not more frequently, because then people feel like you're spamming them. Find a group on LinkedIn, select a group you want to join, request to join the group. The manager of the group will ask you some more information, see if they invite you. If they invite you, then you accept. You can join up to 100 groups. I don't recommend 100 groups, but there are enough to choose from that will meet your needs, people who share your interests and share what you do. And those are the groups that you would like to join. Okay, so other ways to get noticed. Sorry. Write an article, write a post. Once a week, it could be very short. Sorry. Comment on other people's posts and join a group. So those are the 4 ways. So recap. Optimize your profile, get your recommendations, engage with content, build your network. Encourage yourself to take actionable steps, just like you're working on the Great Discovery. Make yourself a list of to-dos, your project list, and go through that list. And every day you should be doing something to improve your visibility on LinkedIn. that's what I've got. It's a great course, whether you're looking for a job or you're building your business. And I'll take questions if we have any time for questions. Thank you, Kathy.
Thanks, Amy. Yeah, anybody have questions for Amy? Awesome. I know LinkedIn is super powerful, so yeah,
It takes time to, to do this stuff.
it does. All right, I see Rick's got his hand up. Go ahead, Rick.
Hey, have you ever heard of My Most Trusted?
I can't hear you. Say it again.
Yes.
Get my microphone over here. Just sorry, my mic's all the way. So have you ever heard of a group called My Most Trusted?
No, go ahead. Who are they?
It's a Chrome extension. It's designed for increasing LinkedIn connections and trusted connections on LinkedIn. It's run
Okay.
by a fellow of Australia. He has about 40,000 connections of his own.
Mhm.
And so he's really building up a real big network out there. And there's lots of different ways to join, but it's called My Most Trusted. If you look it up, if you're interested, I can send you a link to it at some point.
Well, yeah, but I don't know. Connecting to 40,000 people, not all of whom are going to be interested in what I do.
No, it's not. No, it's not. You're misunderstanding. There's up to 40,000 people he connects with. He's not saying he's not
gotcha.
gonna, he's not gonna connect you with 40,000 people.
Gotcha. Okay. Sure, I'd be interested in learning more about it. Thank you, Rick.
So if you want to connect, I don't know how to get a hold of you, but is
My
your
email
contact,
address. I'll put my email address into the
Put it in
chat.
the chat, right.
was your contact on the slide there?
It was, but she'll put it in the chat.
Okay.
What is this?
This
All right,
is-
let me put it in the chat.
All
I'll
right,
reach out to
looks
you.
like Allison's got her hand up next.
Thanks, Kathy. Oh, Amy, that was fabulous. Thank you so much.
You're
You
welcome.
mentioned SEO in passing, and I was just wondering, do you have any other tips specifically for LinkedIn with SEO searches, etc.?
Well,
LinkedIn.
it's all in the keywords, as I said, because recruiters and other people do Boolean searches. So you need keywords, and you can put your keywords or your skills in the heading, in the about section, and also in your list of skills and for sponsors, and also in your job descriptions. Also for SEO, then you want to be visible. So writing a little blog once a week, or making comments once a day. The more you comment, the more you will show up.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Allison. All right, James, go ahead.
Thank you so much, Amy. Great training. I actually love LinkedIn and connecting through LinkedIn. I think there's something like 944 million reasons why you want to be on LinkedIn, right? Because they have 944 million users worldwide. So anybody who wants to expand their great discovery business worldwide,
Absolutely.
take this training. You need it. Hey, one question. Do you have any suggestions for like birthdays, work anniversaries, or anything like that you would share? Because it pops up in the activity thing on LinkedIn.
Well, when you are connected with a certain number of people, their birthdays will pop up. Those anniversaries will pop up. And so you should say, oh, happy anniversary, happy birthday, or someone gets a promotion, congratulations. It just takes 2 seconds to do those kinds of things, just so that you keep in touch with the people who you're connected to. Because when someone says they have, I have over 500 connections, do I know each of those people really well? No. Okay. But when I get the automatic announcement about a birthday, an anniversary, or a promotion, I say something to them.
I love that. So I have an idea. Tell me what you think about this. What if you look at that person that's having a birthday, look at their profile, find something they're interested in. So if they're interested in gardening, and we went out to the Great Discovery and we found a course on gardening, a free course on gardening, we could send it to them for their birthday, or if they're interested in improving memory.
Great.
So what do you think of that?
That's great.
Awesome.
That takes time, because you're looking up each person, and then you got to look at their LinkedIn profile, then you got to find the course on the Great Discovery. I mean, it's a great idea. It takes time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It takes a little time, but you're giving them a gift, and if they do register for that free course,
that's right.
Now they're coded to you for life. I love it, and that's what you put together here on LinkedIn. It's just amazing. Thank you so much, Amy.
You're very welcome. Other questions? Okay. Well, you have my contact information. I put it into the chat. Feel free to go to my website or contact me. Happy to chat.
Yep. All right, going once, going twice. All right. Thank
I'm
you
putting,
so
I'm putting,
much.
I'm putting a connection request out to Amy.
I'm sorry?
I'm putting a connection request out to Amy on LinkedIn.
Oh,
Okay,
there
yes.
you go.
Okay.
You're
Very good.
You're gonna get at
That's how you
least
get started.
3
Very
more
good.
connections. All right.
Okay.
Anybody else? Thanks. So, and I'll make just another announcement again to reiterate what Tim said earlier. If you're interested in the 9:30 Eastern, Dr. Ivanka, We Speak to the World for course creators. That's another session coming up here in just a few minutes. So, Tim, you got anything else you want to do, or should we
Well,
close
I
down?
know we got about 9 minutes left. First, Amy, do you have a link to your course that you put up in the chat?
Not that I can show right away. Sorry. Nope.
I'll see if I can find it and get it up there before we close out.
Okay,
Okay,
we'll see if we
good.
can do that. But
Appreciate it.
meanwhile, we're doing a little carryover from the update sessions here tonight. Does anybody have any other questions on updates? And I also wanted to make another announcement that we didn't have time. We ran a little bit short there on. But I remember I mentioned we were going to be expanding our management team, and so we have a person that has been nominated and has been it came on to the management team, and that is Mr. James Moneypenny. Welcome, our new Executive Vice President of Sales. Way to go, James. You deserve it, my friend. You're amazing. And we're excited to have you on the team, and looking forward to all the great things that you're doing. I know you and Ed are just working together and getting stuff up and going, trying to coerce Ed into coming on board too. We'll see what happens there. But it's exciting stuff. So congratulations to James. Does anybody have any questions for anything tonight? It could be with Amy. It could be with anything that came up on any of the sessions. No question is a bad question except the one that you don't ask until after we hang up.
Just a quick.
There we go. Hey there, Andrew. How are you?
Andrew.
Yes, hi. Okay, thank you. Thank you for what everyone's doing to make the Great Discovery better. So my question is, I wanted to be there at noon today. I'm going to try next Monday, but the CRM, or I'm sorry, it's a CRM. There's a way that you can actually have contacts in the new Genius AI. Is there something that you can say about it that may be different from other CRMs that integrates with maybe the people who I'm bringing into the Great Discovery?
Sure, absolutely,
Yeah,
100%.
so
I can explain that, and just
Yeah.
think of like Constant Contact, people that use that for broadcast emails, or they use MailChimp, or they use any kind of system CRM, right? Number one, the CRM allows you to do broadcasts. You just have to connect it to your SMTP or any other provider like SendGrid or Mailgun, if those names sound familiar to you. So it's a robust CRM. James, you could add to that, but it's robust. You can manage lists. You can set up automations. The funnel that I just built just during the call today, it's already live. It's already on a subdomain. I put it in the chat. It's on coursebuddy.aeoboss.com. It's live. It's updated. And anybody that fills out a form goes right into my CRM on automation. If I wanted to set up a workflow on the automation, I can also.
Yeah, so to add to that, Andrew, typically when you talk to someone about a CRM, one of the words you talk about is cost, right? How much does a CRM cost? With this CRM, what you can tell them, the words you want to use is savings, not cost. And why I say that is I've been using Fresh Sales CRM for about 16 years. I pay over $100 a month for Fresh Sales. I'm moving my data off of Fresh Sales into the CRM for savings. So I get this entire CRM along with all these AI tools for only $59 a month. And actually mine's free because I have way over 3 paying folks on my front line. So I'm going to save $100 and something a month because I don't have to pay for the CRM anymore. That's one thing. The other thing that you want to think about is the power of the CRM, because this CRM is tied into these AEO funnels. And Ed's already shared with you, this is a patent pending system we're going to be the only people on the planet that can offer these ask engine optimization sales funnels and websites that are tied into a CRM, or not tied into a CRM, because we have the patent pending on it. It's incredible. Google is now losing market share. They are in fear because they're losing so much market share because of what's going on with this ask engine optimization. So that and many other reasons why somebody would want to throw away their old CRM and join with this CRM. We have so many tools in there. You can take one of these tools and build a business around one of these tools. A lot of people do. You know, look at the 5 terabytes of storage. Look at the email blast marketing. There's email companies out there. Not even talk about, you don't even have to talk about all the fabulous AI tools to see that, yeah, you no longer have to talk about cost. Now you can talk about savings, and you can talk about exclusivity because we have the patent pending on this AEO optimization. And there's so many other powerful tools included with this area. There's nothing that can compare.
There's 2 more people who have hands, but I have a 10-second question. It's exciting to see a phone number field. Can you just mention whether there's a cost per lead for phone numbers?
Yeah, so there's a
Cost per
you
lead
just
for
can
phone numbers.
you mean like somebody could actually put in their phone number and then it goes into the CRM? Yeah, so to do text messaging to them if they opt in, you got to connect with Twilio. So it's pretty common, and we're going to go over a lot all that on our boot camps and trainings and academies. It's a little bit technical, but you just set up an account with SendGrid and Twilio, and it's simply, if you know how to do it, you connect your API through it. It's really simple, but you just got to know where to do it, right? It's like a click button, where to click and where to paste. That's it. Once you know that, you could probably repeat the process over and over again, right? So,
Okay. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Yeah. With all the regulations on texting, you do have to go through a professional delivery company. And it's a pretty fractional, very small, few cents at the most per text. But yeah, that'll be true with any system. So Dr. Herbert Harris, how may I help you?
One quick point. Anybody, we do have Dr. Ivanka Farabee's session starting on course creators. That is going to be WeSpeakToTheWorld.com. If you're interested in finding out about the Great Discovery Course Creator Program, you can log in there. We'll be glad to stay on for as long as any questions go here. Yep.
Yeah, thanks so much, James. Great presentation. The more I learn, the better I get. I just wanted to welcome one of our new affiliates, Jonathan Clark, just joined as an affiliate, and he's sponsored by Dexy Vault. So these are new people sponsoring new people. So just welcoming Jonathan. Thanks so much, man. And you were excited today. Welcome to the team, Jonathan.
Welcome to the team, Jonathan. Stephanie, how may I help you?
Hi, just quickly, do we have a standalone video for the translation tools that kind of demos how they work?
We will have now. Thank you for suggesting that. And by the way, if you want to volunteer to make the first draft, thanks for volunteering to make the first draft, Stephanie. You're awesome. I know you're a producer, so I know you can handle it. Shoot me your first draft and we'll go from there, my friend. How's that? I love it. I love teamwork makes the dream work. So folks, I don't see any more hands up. I just want to share one thing before I turn it back over to Tim, which is Tim, Sandra, thank you so much for putting your faith and trust in me. Thank you for including me in the executive team with the Great Discovery. Many people, as many of you know, I've been building international franchises my entire adult life, it feels like. And I can honestly say that I've been creating jobs and opportunities all around the world, but nothing I've done to date comes even close to what the Great Discovery is doing, the positive impact that the Great Discovery is having in the world today, tomorrow, next year, and all the years after. Nothing I've done comes even close to that, because we're all about empowering humanity through knowledge, lifting people up all around the world. And I'm going to work day and night, dedicated, even more dedicated as you guys have seen me to this point, to help make this dream come true, not just for myself, not just for my daughter, who you all know I dearly love, and I'm building a legacy for, but for each and every one of you, and not just you, but for all the other lives around the world that we're going to touch through the Great Discovery. I firmly believe this is a mission God has placed in my heart and in my life to help lift real people up all around the world. So again, thank you, Tim. Thank you, Sandra. I love you both, and I love the Great Discovery, and this is such an amazing journey. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, James. Welcome to the team, and all of you are on the team. Any last questions before we got to wrap up? Dr. Harris, I see you have your hand up, and I also see Gregory Todd. Hi, Greg.
Hi. I want to welcome our new members, Pastor Alicia Lambert and also Barbara Nixon, both in Florida. One's very close to you, Tim. She's in Orlando.
Oh, nice. There we go. We gotta connect up. Welcome
Thank
to the
you.
team.
Welcome. Thank you.
Thank you so much for coming on and taking some time with us. Appreciate it. Anybody else? Anything else that we got going on tonight?
When will
Dr.
these,
Harris,
when
you
will the
still have your
video-
hand up. Was that from before? You're muted, but I guess it must be from
Yeah, it
before.
was from before.
Okay,
I just a quick, when the videos be available for this?
for this replay for tonight, it
And
should be up by
and the one
tomorrow, I
before,
think.
and the one before.
Yep. Tomorrow, right?
Most likely tomorrow.
Okay,
Yeah,
thank
they
you.
usually take they process overnight, and I'm usually able to get them posted sometime tomorrow.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, everybody, enjoy your evening. Thank you so much for coming on, and thanks everybody for all the great work that everyone did in pulling all this together. It's getting exciting. See you tomorrow night. We've got Course Creator Night. I'll be hosting right here on the Great Discovery, tgdmeet.com. Everybody have a great night. Bye-bye.